The Maschinengewehr 34, or MG34, was one of the most widely used general-purpose machine guns of World War II. The gun itself is often overshadowed by the better-performing model known as the MG42, but the 34 and its variants had many uses. In this video, we look at the German MG34 and its effectiveness during World War II. Following World War I, Germany began to experiment with various types of weapons and firearms. In this period, the need for a general-purpose machine gun was sought. In 1934, following years of testing, the MG34 was created. Initially, it outperformed other machine guns of its type due to a number of factors. Some of these included the gun's mobility, which allowed it to be light enough to be carried by a single soldier. Weighing in at just 12 kilograms or 26 pounds, it could easily be maneuvered around the battlefield. A further factor involved the gun's high rate of fire, which was around 800 to 900 rounds a minute. It had the capacity to be fitted with either a drum-type magazine, which could hold between 50 and 75 rounds, as well as being able to take belt-fed ammunition. Finally, the gun's range was in excess of 2 kilometers or 1.2 miles. Under sustained fire, the barrel of the gun would become extremely hot, and if left unchecked, would affect its accuracy. To combat this, the 34 had the ability to have its barrel changed out. This was a fairly simple task for a trained operator, which involved disengaging a latch and swinging the receiver to the right to allow a new barrel to be inserted. An MG crew could lay down fire on a target for an extended period of time and only break for several seconds to allow for the barrel change before continuing their fire. Due to the detailed engineering involved in the manufacturing process, as well as the high cost for each unit, the 34 was quite slow in production, but it ended up being produced right throughout World War II. The gun would see action with infantry units in every theatre of war, from the deserts of North Africa to the snow-capped mountains of Norway. For the most part, the gun performed well in varying terrain and weather conditions. Due to its light weight and size, it was easily mounted on vehicles such as half-tracks and motorcycles. Variants of the 34 were fitted to aircraft as well as in the hulls of tanks. Eventually, in 1942, a higher performing version was created, known as the MG42. This had a much higher rate of fire, up to 1,300 rounds a minute. But the way in which the 42's barrel change was configured meant that it was not easy to use in aircraft and tank hulls. Thus, the 34 and its variants were preferred in these areas. Overall, the MG34 was a successful firearm for the German forces. Its ability to be used across several platforms meant that it was reliable and trusted by the soldiers that used it. Let us know in the comments section if you would have preferred to be an MG34 gunner or an MG42 gunner during World War II. As always guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to expand your knowledge and join the growing Premier History community.